Governmental lobbying, illegal tactics, death threats. It sounds like the plot of a mafia movie, but this is not a sequel to Goodfellas. This story of intrigue relates rather to what's now known as the Uber files, a leak of files that revealed how ride-sharing company Uber flouted the laws of major worldwide cities and used drivers as pawns in a battle with taxi drivers across several European cities. More specifically, the Uber files include 124,000 records leaked to The Guardian, involving conversations spanning 4 years from 2013 to 2017. The documents were released by former Uber lobbyist Mark MacGann, who spearheaded Uber's ruthless and at times illegal business tactics to influence governments across Europe, the Middle East and Africa. McGann concedes that while he believes Uber flouted laws in several countries, he is also not without blame, claiming that his decision to leak the so-called Uber files was partly influenced by his own remorse at having been a part of the tech company's crusade throughout more than 40 countries. McGann told The Guardian that he was the one dealing with government officials and media, telling them that changing the rules would result in improved benefits for taxi drivers as well as improved economic opportunities. However, when that turned out to not be true, McGann believed that he had essentially sold a lie, claiming that his decision to leak the files was an effort to clear his conscience by owning up to his own responsibility throughout his time in a senior role in the company from 2014 to 2016. In those couple of years, McGann's leaked files detail how Uber forced its way into markets by flouting taxi licensing laws to create a more favourable environment for Uber to thrive. McGann admits that while the power to change the laws in countries such as the UK, France and Russia was intoxicating, it was also deeply unfair. Throughout his time at Uber, McGann details some frightening situations, which he says left him with post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. In one such situation, McGann recalls being followed by his Uber by 7 taxi drivers in Brussels who spat and cursed at him. After he had gotten into his Uber, the taxi drivers shook the car and yelled death threats at him and the driver, claiming to know where he lived. After the incident, McGann said his driver was left crying and shaking. McGann's own personal address was doxed on a Stop Uber Facebook group for taxi drivers in Brussels after a taxi driver followed him all the way to his house. Taxi drivers in major cities across the world had cottoned on to the fact that Uber and its senior management, including McGann, had gone above the heads of city officials to find angle with members of parliament in a concerted effort to override existing taxi laws, providing Uber with a free pass to monopolise the market. In a more harrowing example of Uber's ruthless tactics, the leaked documents reveal how Uber used its drivers as pawns to manoeuvre their influence over that of taxi drivers. According to a text message exchange, Uber's co-founder and then chief executive, Travis Kalkine, appears to advocate for sending Uber drivers to a protest put on by striking taxi drivers in France. Within those text messages, McGann appears to push back against Kalkine, suggesting that putting drivers into such a potentially violent scene would be putting the drivers at risk, to which Kalkine replies, "Violence guarantees success." Yep, pretty much the stuff out of movies. However, a spokesperson for Kalkine has rebutted, saying that Kalkine never suggested that Uber engage in any dangerous activity that could potentially harm their drivers. In another damning claim, the leaked documents also make reference to a kill switch, where staff were ordered to destroy sensitive data in response to a potential impending raid by local law enforcement. In response to McGann's claims, an Uber spokesperson has said that while McGann may have personal regrets about his time at the company, he is in no current position to talk about the credibility of the company as it stands today. However, it appears that McGann's decision to release the documents into the public sphere means that the lid has been well and truly lifted off Uber's ruthless and potentially illegal business acts. How this information will play out in regards to Uber's future position is yet to be seen in the market. What are your thoughts on the Uber files? Does it make you reconsider using the service? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and share the video. For more content, you can subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. I'm James, signing off for now.